Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. I'm Kevin.
I am Mook.
And today we are back for part 2 of our shop revival. If you missed part 1, we have rented out this 4,000 square foot space that was apparently never cleaned since about '93. This space used to be a Buick dealership back in the 20s and was later a John Deere dealership until about 7 years ago. Now it's our space and we're going to build it into the new headquarters of Junkyard Digs and Junkyard Mook. If you missed part 1, you can hop into that right here. Boink. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started on finishing this. Get started on being done. Yeah, let's begin. So last time we left off, we were just starting to paint the floors over in that section. Since then, we have cleaned and painted this section as well. As you can see, stuff has had to shuffle 1/4 of the shop at a time, so all our paint's already dirty, but it's going to be, so just might as well get it over with. Mook is working on building some shelves to put all the way over there against that bathroom to move all of our merchandise out of our home and into the office space. For this way of that, we're going to put our first 4-post lift, which Ben Pack has sent us 3 lifts. Really excited about putting these together. Over here is where our 2-post is going to be, because this is where the ceiling is high enough to fit it. And we'll have essentially a service bay to pull cars in and work on them for daily drivers or just quick jobs and so on and so forth. This is going to be our welding and fab space right here. Get some welding tables in here. Welders and stuff against the wall. The paint booth is now gone, as you saw in the last video, so that when we come in, we can easily get to the project spot or get to the hoist or park a car here. And this would probably be car parking is what this is going to be. The next step for the office section itself is to put this laminate flooring down, which we should be starting on today. So there you go. You guys are caught up on what's been happening between episodes, and now we're ready to set up some cameras, hit the go button, and get this sucker done. Why?
Ask questions.
Okay,
Don't ask questions.
let's get to it. Would you like to say anything to the crowd?
Kevin is stinky.
Jesus! Alright, at this point, Dad is working on trimming out the office. Mook is painting the office. And I'm going to start with the task of assembling at least one of these 4-post lifts. Expect this to take a couple days. We'll kind of just walk through it as we go. Let's go ahead and get this Ben Pack package opened up and see what we got. Oh, hell yes. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so our legs are out. I'm going to go ahead and unload these ramps. Then we'll start putting this thing together. Alright, so let's dig into assembling your Ben Pack 4-post 9,000 pound lift. This has be a lot easier if I could read. After carefully reading the instructions and hopefully viewing a couple videos on YouTube, go ahead and properly orient your 4 vertical posts. One of these holds the power head, so make sure you put it in the appropriate corner. Once you have everything properly laid out, go ahead and lay your vertical post back down, put the slides on the cross tubes, and slide them into place. If you haven't already, now is a good time to hug your Mook, but do not threaten her with a hammer because she will retaliate. The next step is to hang and properly tension your ladders. These will act as a catch inside the rail for the safety locks when engaged. At this point, go ahead and manually lift the cross tubes to the first lock position so we can install the rails. These rails are heavy as hell, so you're definitely going to want to recruit some help for this next step. Hey Ben, hey, you doing anything tonight? Alright, a little busy? I'll reimburse you. Use a tape measure to set your forward and rear posts at the right length, and then grab on and lift the non-powered rail into place. Probably easier ways to do this with tools, but we got her done. That's all it took, pain and suffering. The near side rail houses the hydraulic ram and rollers, so you're definitely going to want to bust out the big guns to get that one in place. Before you set it down, make sure you remove the cable sheaves so that it can be properly installed into the cross tubes. At this point, you're going to want to take a second to pet the dog, and then go ahead and begin attaching the cables into the posts. When it comes to cable routing, make sure to carefully follow the instructions and double check everything, especially the orientation of the cable on your safety locks. Go ahead and remove the threaded plugs from the hydraulic ram and extend it with compressed air or by hand to facilitate installation of the cable ends. Next up, it is time to install your power unit. Have your cousin's kids pick that sucker up and carry it over to the lift. After all, you haven't had a lift all these years, so you might as well save what's left of your back. Go ahead and unbox that, keeping aware of the fact that you may end up wearing some of the pieces. Apparently I'm wearing a thing. Promise your friends you'll give them another beer if they help lift that sucker into place, and then go ahead and fasten it to the plate. After this, you're going to spend the next hour making hydraulic connections as well as plumbing all these pneumatic systems for the safety locks. Obviously, I've left out a ton of little steps, but this is generally the overview of what to expect if you guys are fortunate enough to get yourself a Benpack 4-post lift. With that being said, let's pour some hydraulic fluid in this and see if this sucker comes alive. My absolute favorite feature about this lift is that it does not need to be bolted down. In fact, Benpack has came up with a brilliant technique for moving the lift at any time. By building these cradles, you can slide them onto the legs, pin them in place, and lower the lift down, even with a car on top, and move it around the shop. And I think that is absolutely revolutionary. Besides the caster kits, these lifts have tons of accessory options. I decided to get the drip pans as well to keep oil from hitting the car below whatever we have leaking on top. While I was busy building the lift, Mook and my father finished most of the heavy lifting in the office, but we still had a bit of trim work to do as well as painting the rest of the shop. Okay, so at this point, all of our paint work is done. The lift is ready. The office is pretty much done. Everything is out of the way, and we are ready to move tools and vehicles from the old shop into the new shop. Let's do it. All right, well, first to go is actually the Wildcat, which is back there, but we have to dig it out first, which means my big Pontiac shelf needs to get uncovered and moved out of the way. Clear the motor. All right, now we go over. Okay. Well, that's probably good. That's good. You run me over, don't stop. I meant the room. There's a room back there. Don't you see? Now there is. All right. Well, good gauge now. First time this is moved since we put it back here with hopes and dreams, like, you know, a year and a half ago. If you're wondering what the deal is with this car, I'm still waiting on the cylinder heads. They've been in California for 2 years. But someday, if I ever get them back, we're gonna have fun stuff.
Oh, brakes work.
Yeah, I don't know what that bang noise was, but I'm sure that's fine.
It'll be fine.
Sweet. All right, good luck, everybody.
Bye.
Here we go.
Full speed.
Left, right, straight, right there. Up a bit. Okay, brakes.
You might be on the light right here.
You're stuck in there now.
Sure am.
Can't see
He
anything.
said hit the brakes and my whole seat just went, yeah.
Left, a little more. Left, all right, straight. Left, left. All right. I'm gonna guess the steering wheel is not straight.
It just kind of does what it wants.
With the big stuff out of the way, it was time to gather up all our tools and say our goodbyes. While we were cleaning the shop, Luke and I filmed a beautiful segment full of rainbows and unicorns and magical heart-to-heart emotions about how it was the end of an era and how we both now had new paths in life to follow. It truly was a beautiful conversation. Unfortunately, I lost that clip, so I'm going to have to give you a summary here. Luke, aka Thunderhead289, has been doing really well in his engineering career and decided to be focusing on that instead of his YouTube channel. He's also now married and has moved over an hour away, so time and distance has become a large obstacle for both of us. It's crazy to watch yourself get older and everyone around you get older and realize just how much stuff can change in a short 4 years. Long story short, we wished each other best of luck in our respective career paths, shook hands, and left Bendigo for the last time. Alright, there we go. All of the stuff from the old shop has been moved to the new shop, and it has now created quite the sufficient mess behind us that we are going to organize next. So that's a lot of fun. Angus is with me today. He helped me clean out the old shop. Thank you very much, sir. Our next step is to ready this area. This spot right here in front of the garage door is going to be where the two-post lift goes. This is essentially going to be a service bay. We can pull tires and do oil changes and do all that stuff right here. So we just pull right in, work on it, right back out. That spot where the three-wheelers are is going to be the project area, and of course long-term storage and short-term storage right here. We're going to clean out back there underneath the nail salon's bathroom to put engines and transmissions under there, and then we're going to get this ready for the two-post hoist through my lens cap. I'm not going to film any of this because it's going to be a lot of very tedious, boring work for like 2 days or a week. I always underestimate things, so I'm sure this will be terrible. Let's get to it.
That's a hole.
Well, we're back at the shop today. A little excitement, I suppose, last night. While we were in here editing the bloopers video, which you haven't seen, go check it out now, because we spent a week editing that. We had the heat turned down to 50 out here. But that doesn't matter because it's Iowa, and it was like -8 outside all week. And this little bugger froze. I kind of tried to patch it up, but obviously it didn't work, so such is life. Plumber came in this morning, I'm assuming, and chiseled all this out to get to the pipe for I don't know what reason. Probably to figure out which way it goes so they can find the shutoff. I'm not sure. Either way, there's a big old hole in our floor now, so we'll have to deal with all this in time, I'm sure.
There is a bright side, though.
There is. We now know
how deep the concrete is.
We know how deep the concrete is now. But yeah, we know we have 6 inches of concrete, so we can go ahead and put the lift up now without any worries in the world. All right, so today's the day to put up the 2 posts. It's a good balmy 2 degrees outside, so it's nice and chilly in the shop. Perfect day to just work out here with our hands all day. What do you say?
At least there's a heater in here.
There is, thank gosh. So this is the second of the 3 lifts Ben Pack sent us. The first 2 are, of course, the 9,000-pound 4 posts you saw earlier. For now, I'm just going to put the 1 up. I don't know where to put that second one, so I'll either keep that until we have a bigger shop, or keep that until I figure out I need it or find a better way to utilize our space. But this behemoth right here is the Ben Pack 10,000-pound XPR 10S. It's going to be a big beef-o-matic, more than we'll ever need, but it's going to serve this section of the shop, which will be our service bay, for pulling transmissions, tires, oil changes, all that fun stuff where we need to get under a car and get to the sides of a car. So let's go ahead and stand this sucker up, run some cables, bolt it to the ground, and put it to work. The sacrifice your body to save the paint that runs the vehicle. Alright, need to go. Oh, it's all the game of levers. Alright, I got it. Here it goes. Where did that zip tie come from?
Don't know, but now it's here.
So there is significantly less steps to putting this 2 post up than the 4 post, and this is probably one that most of you guys will pay to have done by a professional. The guy here in town wanted $850 to install it, so we decided to give her a go ourselves. We got our Rogue Fab digital blocks out to make sure that we are square, and we're gonna try our best to get this sucker level and square it up and good to go. Which is going to take a while, so we're going to skip the actual construction of this and show you when we are done. Last steps, Angus is greasing up the slides and leveling the equalizer cables. This thing's all wired in and good to go. Should be another quick 20 minutes here to get everything tuned in. We're ready to put the first load on it. See if she'll lift her.
I have faith.
Never. There should be. Okay, a quick intermission from the video to say thank you to you guys. In the last video, Mook mentioned that she does some volunteer work for a nonprofit, and the response they received was absolutely overwhelming. In like the quick 2 or 3 weeks that that video was prevalent, you guys raised $3,300 to help animals in need. That is insane.
In fact, they sent you all a thank you message they want you to hear.
Let's roll that now.
Hi there, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Crystal and I'm the Vice President here at the Lexi's Legacy Foundation. I'm here to share some of the gratitude we've been experiencing lately, and that's going to start with Mooks. She's our very first volunteer and her help has been tremendous to our organization. We also want to thank the followers of Junkyard Digs and Junkyard Mook for your generous donations. Those donations have helped us provide for so many different animals. One of those animals includes a foster dog named Jessie. We were able to pay for her vet bills, and she has since been adopted into her forever home. We've also been able to help provide for an orphan special needs cat named Duke. We were able to get Duke a specialized wheelchair so he could walk. If you're interested in helping animals across the country, please visit us at lexieslegacyfoundation.org so you can help fund projects such as the one we currently have going on right now called Long Live Thistle. We're trying to fund a special needs animal shelter, so please go donate today. Thank you so much.
As an added bonus, we're going to take a trip down to the animal shelter right now. Mook has put together 4 huge boxes of donatable items that was all sponsored by you guys. So let's go turn those in and make a difference. What's up, Mook?
Hello, I'm helping animals today.
We're delivering the boxes finally.
Yeah.
Do you need help?
No. I can do it. Twiggy arms. I filled this box with blankets and some dog toys because this animal shelter doesn't have too many dogs, so I threw some in.
And you have how many of these? 4 boxes for 4 different shelters?
Yeah, and then I also have a little box in there full of office supplies for all the workers because part of helping the animals is helping the people who take care of them. So 4 boxes for animals, 4 boxes for the humans. That dog's excited.
Did you already make a friend?
I already made a friend. Please place donations in tote. This tote is donation. Look at you. I see you down there.
It's like spooky, but backwards
Yeah.
colors and
There's a
fluffy.
banana too with catnip on it. Yeah, you guys can just go in through this door right here.
This one here?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mook.
So Justice is the black and white one and Meatball's the other one.
Hi. Would you like a banana? It's you. Oh my gosh.
If anyone is in the market for a couple really cute hound puppies, the Story County Animal Shelter in Nevada, Iowa has some, as well as a few adult dogs who are looking for a forever home. Good pupper, yeah, good pupper. Let's get you guys a home, what do you say?
We got a dog.
Well, that didn't go to plan. So, yeah, we're looking for female dog names. What do you guys got? Down in the comments. Let's see them. Good job, Mookers.
Thank you.
Let's get back to building some shop.
Yeah. Give her a Nux too.
Nux. The final piece to the puzzle. Brand new 53-inch Teng Tools toolbox and tools. Let's get this thing set up. I am so freaking excited.
Bye.
Take your home and leave. Yeah, there you go. Let's move some mobile home. Woohoo! Look at that. Alright, so we have our Teng 53-inch box put together. Got our wheels on the bottom. It's got swivel casters on all 4 corners. The next step is the fun part. Fill this sucker with tools. Let's get to it. Alright, let's get things started. If you don't know anything about Teng Tools, the reason I work with Teng Tools is their organization systems. All of their tool storage solutions are set to a specific set of dimensions so that they have modular systems of different sizes, shapes, and quantity of tools that will fit perfectly into their drawers. The other great thing is they sell fully loaded toolboxes ready to go with the click of a button. or you can fully customize the tools you want in your box, which is what I have done. I spent a day on the website, dug through some stuff, made myself a little map, and ordered exactly what I need to get everything in this shop up to snuff. Starting off with, of course, our SAE wrench and socket set. They are the beef-o-matics. And the best part is that within this foam, it goes from 5/16 to 1.25 inches. That is a large variant of wrenches. And this is the same exact size of tray that fits in the smaller Teng Tools box you guys have seen us take on revivals. This is exclusively, my top drawer is this. Let's start filling these drawers. When I was on Teng's website, I made a little graph in a photo editor and put all the tools into the respective virtual drawers, essentially, so that I knew how much I could fit. And I, of course, left this drawer empty in case I want to order more tools later. But in the picture, it's filled with my favorite tool, the Teng Tools hammer. There it is! Let me see. Oh my god.
When you hit something with that, it goes tang.
Alright, and there we go. In 10 minutes, most of that time being us screwing around, we have completely assembled our 53-inch Teng Tools box. We've got all the wrenches and SAE we'll ever need, all the sockets we'll ever need for anything metric and extensions and drivers. Right here I have metric wrenches along with a ton of screwdrivers and some Allen wrenches. Here we have some power through screwdrivers. These are pretty cool because on the back of them you can see there's a steel bulb right here. There's a solid steel rod all the way through, so you can smack these with a hammer because they're meant for it. Here we have our SAE and metric ratcheting wrenches, which are reversible. Our standard 5-piece pliers kit. The Teng Tools hammer. More drill bits than I will ever need in my life, along with a handheld impact. Then, of course, our star bits, our large metric sockets, and enough extensions to get into the trunk of a Le Mans from the front of a Le Mans. Pry bars, adjustable wrenches, hex drives, some more metric deep wells, Allen key, dual flare kit, nut splitter kit, chisel set, and in here, notice again, perfectly sized to fit in their drawer without any issue, is their torque wrenches. And I am immediately impressed by this because this torque wrench has more features than I know what to do with. One thing I've never seen that I immediately love that's going to be great for setting valve preload is a degree readout with the arrow. And another thing, which I'm sure again this will be useful, but I don't even know how yet, the head flips. How cool is that? And then for our final drawer, our snap ring pliers, big bendy McGee's with this nice sheath that you can hold on to and still spin everything just fine. A bunch of bits and sockets to support those, a set of nut and bolt extractors, and their automotive specialty socket kit. So there it is. That is our new Teng Tools 53-inch toolbox that's going to support all of the work for the project cars here in the shop. Now let's get to work and put this thing to use. Alright, we are truly on the last steps of the shop today. I'm wiring up the last socket. That's our HDMI and Ethernet for the TV we're going to be putting in.
Go get some chips and shit for the dry. Get a paddle pump, boy. Steez in the petrol for pump 4, thanks.
What you got there?
A shelf.
A shelf?
A shelf.
Looking pretty good. Alrighty, back in the shop, working on the shop. One of the last steps here, we're going to take that 240 line that's running on that north wall, flip it, and rewire it to continue over to this wall where the welders will sit once this giant hole ever gets fixed. Meanwhile, over here we have the second of Mook's shelves done. And way over yonder, Mook herself is working on sorting out some shirts and getting them ready to put onto the new merchandise racks. Hey Angus, what you doing?
Oh, just unloading our new workbench.
New workbench? Why did we get one of those?
Well, we do have this class on lean manufacturing, and so we were cleaning up a little bit, and then we realized, well, this doesn't all fit where we thought it would fit, and we'd like to have more work area than just that toolbox, because as you can tell, it's already full, just from us doing a couple of oil changes and some minor work. So we thought, let's get a workbench. So we ran to town, got the cheapest workbench we could find, with another toolbox under it.
Yeah, like you said, we're practicing some lean manufacturing over here, trying to lean out the shop and all of our processes. And right now we're on the stage of what they call 5S, which is basically just cleaning and reorganizing and eliminating waste, which is what we've done. This was basically what was above my toolbox in the old shop on that big wooden thing, as well as whatever sat on this. Now, one of the steps to 5S'ing is get rid of all your damn shelves. Because contrary to what you may think, shelves do hold stuff, but they also hold clutter that accumulates on them. So we're gonna try to get rid of this whole shelf by putting everything in this nice, clean, and lean cabinet. And by doing this, we've essentially eliminated the shelf and all of this space right here. So we're gonna put another work table along with a 4-drawer cabinet under it right here. And that's gonna hold all of our power tools and all of our air tools in this work area. Should be nice and nifty, so we'll go ahead and get that sucker set up. And we're gonna do that just like this. Ta-da! That looks a lot better already. We're gonna work at cleaning all this up, getting that toolbox sorted out, and getting our revival rack ready to go. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the shop is done. At least as done as it's gonna be. This is a continually improving process. In fact, right here is another shipment of stuff from Benpack. This is a swamp cooler to keep the temps down, since it's, you know, like 110 degrees here in Iowa during the summer. Turns out I was wrong when I said the toolbox was the last piece of the puzzle. It was a dog. Who knew? What are you eating? Spit that out. No, spit that out. No, 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 no. Give it. Give it. Give me that. Give me. Anyway, as you can see, there has been a couple changes since we last put the camera down. Mainly those being the entire shop has been 5S'd and clean. Let me take you for a tour. Okay, well, it was clean. It's literally impossible to keep these countertops clear for more than like a day because projects come up, schedules are so tight, and stuff just flies all over the place. I'm sure you guys will be asking about that in the comments. 73 Terrain.